Hey everybody, it is the one and only, it is your favorite stylist here. It is Melanie Day with You've Got Curls and Hair Loss Center, always bringing you the right information about the right products, the right techniques, and just how to have the right hair care regimen at home. So you know me, I always like to make sure that I share factual information when it comes to hair care and also kind of debunking any type of myths that we hear within our social circles, and then also, just basically like on social media. So with the weather changing, obviously the weather is changing. Things kind of get a little bit drier. So I wanted to share with you today what are some myths that I'm actually hearing behind the chair with clients, and then also kind of like what I'm seeing on social media when it comes to why hair is drier and what clients are actually putting in their hair. So this is a question that I came across, and that question is here. It says, well, actually, it's kind of like a tip that someone had mentioned, and it was like they said, for daily moisture, I spray my hair every day with more water. Is that is that a good idea or is that a bad idea? Well, in theory, let's talk about it. In theory, water sounds like a great idea just because you've probably heard me talk about hydration and moisture and things like that. But let's take, for example, a wet sponge, right? If we had a wet sponge and we, completely soak that wet sponge into water, what happens as that sponge starts to dry? Are you picturing it in your head? Eventually, the sponge starts to expand and it starts to dry out. And there you have it. It doesn't really feel soft anymore like it initially did when it was first immersed in the water. Hair is basically the same thing. So remember, like I've always said, hair is a fabric. It can mimic silk, cotton, denim, wool, or poly blend or anything in the middle, right? So when that water hits that sponge, it expands. So when water hits dry hair, it expands. It may feel okay for a while, but that's it. It basically expands the hair, kind of blows up the cuticle, so to speak, and doesn't really do anything. Okay. So instead of using just straight water for your moisturizer, you actually want to use conditioning agents that have water as an ingredient inside of them. Okay, so an example of that would be a product like this. This is called Satin Tame. This has moisturizers in it, but it is also a water based. Okay, another option for anyone who is wearing like a protective style, or if you have locks, or if your hair is up, in a style like, how it like mine is for a little bit. This is something that you want to use. This is called Refresh by Girl in Hair. This is something that I offer in my studio. You can also purchase online from my website as well. This is something that you can just kind of use daily to keep your hair nourished and keep it hydrated. For my ladies and for my guys that have short crop haircuts, or even just want to kind of keep their ends a little hydrated and moisturized, this is another option. This is called Instant Conditioner by Deca Plus. You can also purchase this on my website as well. And when you purchase anything over $100, make $100 purchase, you also receive my free Healthy Hair at Home guide. And I actually go into greater detail on how to use the products, what they're for, and coming up with a hair care regimen, and also, purchasing the right products in the future. So just putting that tip in. And then another thing would be something like this. This is called Restore, also by Girl in Hair. This kind of locks in the moisture. So just wanted to share that with you. I know that was kind of like a really like fast thing with that, but I wanted to answer that question and kind of debunk the myth that water is actually, supposed to be like a really good moisturizer. You've probably heard me say that, like water is a good hydrator, but that's internally. You want to drink a lot of water to help, hydrate your body from the inside. But when it comes to applying just straight water to your hair, remember, depending on the part of the country that you live in, part of the world, not all water is made equal. There's lots of minerals and deposits and things that just naturally dry out the hair. And once again, hair is a fabric. So you really want to make sure that you are using products that are moisturizers and conditioners and hydrators for your hair, not just straight water. So I hope this was helpful. If it was, please share with your friends and family. If you have additional questions, always stay tuned to our In Living Curls hair care community here on Facebook and then on YouTube. And then also you can find us at our website at www.inlivingcurls.com for more one-on-one hair care, 90 days to healthy hair care. So as always, this is your favorite stylist. It is Melanie Day, and I will see you next time. Bye.